closeness with the Most High, hungry for more time with my family. I'm hungry for success, and I'm hungry for freedom. I wanted to share a little with you. I did some research and found out a little more about the Gambia. I think if we have a desire to move to the Gambia, I would love to know a little more about the country and to see exactly, where I'm going and the people there and everything that I think would be interesting to find out. So what I did, I know there's so much more than the list that I made, but my list, the Gambia is called the Smiling Coast, right? And the reason for that is because the people there are so happy. Some very interesting facts that I found out. It's unbelievable because I have never before my interest was piqued in the country. I had no clue what the Gambia was, where it was. I never had any interest in. I love Africa. I love their culture and everything, but I never had interest in going in and doing some research and based on the countries and just finding out a little more about the African continent. So I'm excited that I'm going into it. And I'll start with you. I think I have a list about 10 different interesting things that I think you should know. So I'm going to share that with you. Number one, it says the Gambia has a wide variety of ethnic groups. And they have very little intertribal friction, if there's any at all. So the people live very harmoniously. So the tribes that are there is called, hopefully I pronounce the names properly, so as to not offend anyone. So we have the Mandinka tribe, which is the largest tribe among them, followed by the Fula tribe, then the Wolof tribe, the Jola tribe, and the Sarawul tribe. Forgive me, as I said, if I don't pronounce them right. But I found that interesting because it says no matter how many people who live there, and the different tribes and the different cultures, the different walks of life, everyone lives harmoniously, right? It's also home to non-African and non-Gambian residents, including an economically prominent Lebanese community. It says the Senegalese being the largest group among them. Then we have African expatriates who also live there. We have the Sierra Leoneans. Then we have the Mauritanians. I need to find out a little more about the Mauritanians. Wow, there are so many more people who live there. And what I'm going to stress on is that they all live happily. There's no tension, there's no friction, there's no war, the people are just happy. And I find that to be like, wow, very exciting stuff. The Gambian population is 60% of the Gambian population is under the age of 25. And I think I read that every woman they have about 4 kids, I think, minimum, right? So that is why the population is so, there are so many young people. And they depend very heavily on farming, but their economy relies on tourism. Most of the people there are farmers. That's their way of life, which for definitely that reminds me of the Caribbean, right, where I'm from, which is Saint Lucia. So that's something that I'm not shocked about, right? And it's almost the same thing. We have agriculture sector and we rely very heavily on tourism. So that's the Gambia. The capital of the Gambia is called Banjul and it is surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean and Senegal. The country is predominantly a Muslim country. About 90% is Muslim. About 8% are Christians, 2% follow the traditional beliefs. And again, I say, they all live harmoniously. So, if that's something that you can imagine, then it is very exciting for me to know. Because I want to make sure I leave here and go to somewhere that I know myself and my family will be at peace and we'll just enjoy life, right? Not worrying about those little things. Like you hear a lot about Africa, definitely, about the wars in Congo and wherever else that we have kidnappings and different stuff that scary stuff that you hear about. So hearing that or reading that the Gambia is quite safe, I am excited about that. One thing I found interesting, it says they vote using marbles. Now that one I was reading about, but I couldn't quite understand the system. But as I say, it works for them, so that's fine with me. But it's an interesting thing to look up like more, like read for yourself a little more about it, because I think that's like wow. I was reading it as I said, and I couldn't quite understand exactly how it works. But I guess the more I read it, the more I maybe if it's explained to me, maybe reading it may be a little difficult, but if it's explained or whatever, then maybe I will grasp the whole idea behind it. Right? And it's something that I think I want to do. I want to know as much as I can, as I said, in the country. And I'm very excited about learning the culture and learning. I'm excited about my boys going to being there and learning the language. I'm excited about that. So I shared with you that I am St. Lucian. So we speak Creole in St. Lucia. Our island was 7 times British and 7 times French. So the British and the French were fighting over our beautiful island of St. Lucia. And so we kind of took up we have a mixture of the French and the British and the English, right? And we have what you call the Creole. So it's an exciting thing. When I got here, I was really happy that I had a second language, because sometimes I think back home we think I don't know if it's for everyone, but I think people most times back home when we grew up, my mom would always tell us she didn't want us speaking the Creole. So a lot of people thought that we didn't speak much Creole because we always spoke English, and a lot of our community thought that we didn't know much when it came to the Creole language, because my mom, who was Dominican, she didn't like us speaking the language. She wanted us to be very good in English. I am not perfect in the English language. Definitely I'm not. But yeah, but it's very interesting when you are able to speak a second language, even a third or fourth language. I really want my sons to be able to do that. So going to the Gambia and them learning other languages, I would really love that. I tried picking their interest in learning French. My son does French, right, in grade 5. My little one also, he was supposed to go to French immersion, but it never happened before this whole thing. But I would love for them to learn another language. So French, whatever language is over there. I know Senegal is French, and we have other languages in the Gambia. So I'd love for them to be able to. I would really love for them to be able to learn those languages. It says the Gambia is home to over 600 bird species. Wow. Most of them are found along the seashores, the river banks, and in the forests. I was watching a video. I know I always share with you me watching YouTube videos, and this young lady, she was while recording her videos, you could hear the birds in the background, and I was like, wow, this sounds so peaceful, because she was walking. She said she was walking to the beach, and along the way you could hear the birds, like birds and birds and birds, and I'm like, wow, you could just hear them in the background. So that's nice. It says Gambia was once a West African slave trade center. The Kinta Kunte Island, also formerly known as the James Island, was a waypoint of the transatlantic slave trade. I'm not going to go too deep into that one. As I said, you could read up a little more about it and find out the culture and everything else. But last on my list, but not least, right, it says the most beautiful beaches in the world are found in the Gambia. And when I read that, I was like, wow. Because I know I bring it up a lot. How much I would love and I would love and I would love, right? Being there. But to be able to go to walk from your home to the beach, that's back home again. I bring her back home, right? To walk to the beach and to have a good day at the beach. I know for in Canada, you have to drive where I am in Brampton. I'd have to drive about maybe 45 minutes minimum to reach the beach. And here we don't have. I'm not talking about salt water. I'm talking about fresh water. So being able to be there and have salt water and being able to walk to the beach, I dream of my early morning walks. So imagine being able to walk from my home to the beach, just walking, when we say we go for a walk just to keep fit or to exercise, then I will be doing that, go walking to the beach. And then when I get there, I can stretch out. And guys, I know everything that I am talking about to you and everything that I'm trying to bring to you. It's just the excitement and just the feel of freedom, just the knowing that there's a place on earth, and I'm sure that definitely the Gambia is not the only place that is peaceful to live, but because I have set my eyes on the Gambia for myself and my family, and getting that freedom and just being able to live freely, just being able to go there and just breathe, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. I am excited about that. I am not even there yet, and I'm already so excited. And the reason why I am interested in learning more about the country, because I really and truly, if you want to move to a different country from where you are, I know I didn't read up much about Canada when I was coming to Canada. I didn't read up anything about Canada. I think the only time most of us, I keep saying that because that's what I know. I think the only time most of us actually try to read and learn more about where we are actually in Canada is when we go in for our citizenship test, right? Whatever they call it. And I think that's the only time we want there, because they ask you those questions. They want to know if you know about the country, right? So for me to research about the Gambia and find out those things is because my main thing is because I have younger ones. I'm not leaving I'm not leaving Canada to go to the Gambia as a single woman. I'm going as a mom with two little ones. So I definitely want to know that where I'm taking them to, they are citizens of Canada. So if I'm going to be taking them out of the country and bringing them to somewhere that I think that is good for me, I want to make sure that it's good for them. So I mentioned in my previous video that I wanted to make sure that when it comes to them, that everything will go smoothly. So I've been thinking very much about schools there. So I'm going to definitely research on that. The schools, I found out that we have the Gambian schools. There are also international schools. So I need to know a little more about those ones. And I need to find out what's the best option for my boys when it comes to schooling, whether I'm able to homeschool them, whether they are private schools, Christian schools, So I have a idea as to exactly how schooling is going to be for them. So definitely again, I am excited about our journey there. I'm excited about what I am learning about the country. I'm excited about knowing that everyone there, I know, I read about that how happy the people are, and how there's no friction among the different tribes and so on. And I even asked my sister friend whether about the crime rate there, and she was saying that it's not that it's quite peaceful. So I think that's an A plus. That's 100% go area for me, and I'm excited to share with you a little more about everything that I learned about the Gambia before getting there and even after getting there, sharing our excitement and our journey with you. All right? So be safe, everyone. Be safe, be safe, be safe. And next time, bye bye.